What's up, y'all? What's going on? It's your boy, the man, the smoothest DJ in the land.
Hey, it's DJ D-Dog.
What's up, y'all? We here. We here with another podcast episode, the MGMT podcast episode. Come on, clap it up. Come on, clap it up. Put in the virtual claps in the chat. Y'all know we're an interactive podcast. We've been talking about it the last few episodes. Y'all know we just not gonna sit here and just listen. But you're gonna sit here, grab your tissues, grab whatever that you need, grab your popcorn, grab whatever you need. I'm telling you, this is gonna be a great one. You do not want to miss this one. You already see who I'm speaking to. If you don't know her, you about to find out who she is. If you know who she is, I need you to put it in the chat. I need you to go crazy in the chat right now. Give her that energy. Let her know that we here. Let her know that you are here for her. You here with her. All right. But look, before we get started, before I introduce the guest, the special guest for today, because everybody's special on this platform. Everybody's special. If y'all don't know, for the ones that's coming here for the first time, thank y'all. Please subscribe, like the channel, like what you see. If you haven't seen this, if you haven't seen anything or any of the episodes, I need you to stop, press pause, go to the last episode, and then come back to this one so you can kind of know what's going on, right? This is a more of a storytelling podcast, so this is not something you just sitting down and listening and you just want to support and you just like, I'm just here for you, Dwight. I'm just here for you, Coach Dominique. Now I need you to understand where I'm coming from in life, where Coach is coming from in life, so you could kind of have that idea musically. This is all music based, right? So if you don't know anything about Coach Dominique, where she's been from, what she's been doing, now you will know musically. All right, she might get herself in trouble with this. You don't know, but this is a safe place. All right, this is a safe place. Please make it safe for her. You see me? You watching me? Make this safe for her. Okay, this is a safe place. So whatever she says, just take it and then you know what I'm saying. All right, but this is from the book Music Gets Me Through. This is my book. God gave me the hands to type it because I didn't even know I was able to do a book. So shout out to that. You know what I mean? For me doing that. I did not know that a book was gonna come about, but this literally put everything that I've been through just in the last 4 or 5 years. It's in this book. So just imagine if I put my whole life story in a book, which is gonna come soon. But right now we're gonna talk about music and how important it is. Music gets me through. That's literally what does that mean for you? All right. First question. Not for you, Dominique. First question for the audience. When you say music gets me through, what does that mean for you? Like, just put that in the chat right now. What does that mean for you? All right. While you doing that, let me introduce the special guest. Man, Coach Dominique, I've seen her online. I've seen her in person. I've seen her do her thing. I've seen her do a lot of different things. I ain't gonna lie. Do a lot of different things. One thing I don't know about her is the music side. Like, I seen her groove to music, but I don't know her musically. You know what I'm saying? So I need to find out who she is. So a lot of people that you're gonna come across, or I'm gonna be interviewing, you're gonna see them and be like, oh yeah, I saw her on stage, or I saw her, in a classroom, or I saw her doing this, I saw her doing that. But you never saw her you never saw the stages and what she did to get to this point, right? You never saw the music she had to listen to on the way to the stage. You never saw, we never been there. So you about to find out tonight, all right? Come on, y'all, let's give it up. Let's give the virtual claps up for Coach Dominique, y'all. What's going on? How you feeling? What's going down? Thank you for thank you for having me. I'm just saying that. I know I got you on here, but thank you for having me. How you feeling?
I feel amazing, blessed by the very, very best. But before I say anything else, I want to give kudos to you for accepting your assignment. This platform is so necessary. And even if just one person gets something from it, you are fulfilling the assignment. So kudos to you, bro. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Look. Thank you. I appreciate that. No, thank you. That was that was one of the things, you know how when you hiding from something,
Mm-hmm.
you got it, but you hiding from it and it's in your face.
Yep.
You can do it,
Yep.
but then you have that where you're like, I don't want to do that. Or I
That's
don't
the
want,
tussle.
yeah. Like,
Yeah.
or I don't want to do that right now. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But then it's like when you really know if you don't do it, somebody is like gonna be affected by it.
Yeah.
It's a life
Yeah.
or death situation. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Someone's waiting on your yes.
Somebody's waiting on your yes, and
Yeah.
you keep saying no to what you want to do, but
Mhm.
somebody's waiting on your yes. So, real quick before we get started, talk to the people. Let the people know who you are, where you from, what you do, and we'll go on the music part. Let's go.
Sure. Well, that's a loaded question. What do I do? I wear a lot of hats. So I am the founder and CEO of a youth mentoring nonprofit organization titled Pretty Me Inc. I'm a keynote speaker, an author, certified life coach, a mom, a wife, a sister, daughter, mentor. I'm an educational consultant, a student engagement strategist, and a host of other things. But who I am is different from what I do. Who I am, who is Dominique? She is resilient. She is passionate. She is obedient. She is a vessel and a servant to God. Um, and I love it here. I
Mm.
absolutely love it here. Where am I from? I'm from the south side of Chicago. I was born on the south side of Chicago. Um,
Well, we got, I ain't gonna lie. Look, y'all. Look, I'm sorry, cause I was gonna go worship, put some worship music under your voice, and what you was doing, cause you was about to make us cry. I ain't gonna lie. But then when you said you from the South Side and everything that you doing from South, like when people say they from New York City, and they come like they graduated out of New York City and doing big
yeah,
things, I always give them a clap or give them a round of applause for that because we obviously know it can go another way. So
for
we just want to
sure.
stop and say thank you for doing what you're doing and God bless you for coming out of that and still
Thank you.
surviving in that. Like you still live there?
No,
Okay,
no.
praise God, praise God, praise God. But congratulations for moving out of that point and into where you're at now. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're totally fine. So I was born on the south side of Chicago. My mom was a teen mom, so we lived with my grandmother. My dad was into the streets heavy, and
Oh
my
my.
grandmother, who we lived with, battled addiction, heavy addiction.
Mm.
So by my mom being young, I was with my grandmother all the time. And I saw a lot of stuff that you shouldn't see. I witnessed a lot of things from police drug raids busting in the house. I'm sitting in the hallway watching my grandmother flush drugs down the toilet and just looking at the chaos, police running up and down the stairs. And then they leave, house tore up, and I just go outside. Like, all right, well, it's another day. I'm gonna go outside and play and come
Yeah.
back when the street lights come on or when my grandmother comes down from her high to come look for me, if she comes look for me, because there
If
were
she comes.
times,
Yeah,
if
if
she
she comes.
comes, there was a time where she didn't come
Mm.
and someone took me. So
Mm.
yeah, and by the grace of God, it's man, I don't know how deep you want to go.
Okay,
I don't
okay. So
know.
one thing we do here too. All right. One thing we do here, we break it down. Like we break it up, right? So I try my best to break it up through ages and stages. Okay.
Yes.
So let's just do this. Within that time, right? This time
hmm
frame, how old were you?
This was from birth all the way up until young, like 6 or 7,
Where
when
you
that
was going
stuff.
through that?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you remember any type of songs, any type of music you were listening to?
My grandmother, she had a record player and she loved Anita Baker. So she
Oh.
would play Anita Baker all the time. And that has stuck. I got Anita Baker. Well, she's on my,
Do you know where she's from?
who,
I
Anita?
Yeah, let me find out. Let me look at where she's from. Cause I
I
swear
don't know.
between you, ET, cause ET from Chicago, he always listened to Anita Baker
Anita
or
Baker.
Aretha
Yeah.
Franklin. Like,
Yep. Yep.
was that the go to artist? Do you think?
I think so because, yeah, my grandmother, her sisters, like Anita Baker was big. Like she was that girl.
Hmm.
She
Okay.
would play her when on the weekends that
Yeah.
you wake up to the smell of bleach because they're cleaning and all you hear is music throughout the house. She would have a record player spinning.
She's from Toledo. So yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
in your neighborhood.
Not far,
That's
not far,
around the
not far.
Midwest. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So that's what, I was subjected to listening to that type of that old school, that Anita, that Luther.
Mm.
type of music. I don't know what I'm listening to, but I know it felt good to hear it. She would play it at night to go to bed as well.
Wow.
So it felt good, and I didn't have no business listening to no Anita Baker or Luther Vandross, and then entered Mary J. Blige, and I'm
Okay.
singing words that I shouldn't even know about, but it felt good.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know
Yeah.
what I'm talking
Yeah.
about, but
So are you? Were you considered? Are you? Do you identify yourself as an old soul?
oh my gosh, I've been told that my whole life,
Okay.
and I didn't start identifying with that until I got older, and I started saying, like you're a teenager or your early 20s in your playlist, you're playing Babyface and oh my gosh, I got my playlist right now.
Yeah. Pull it up. Pull it
Let me
up.
pull up let me pull up
Pull it
my
up.
I have my old school playlist, and even to this day when I tell people like, "Oh yeah, I listen to this. That's on my playlist." They're like, "Girl, what you know about Bobby Womack or LTD or Switch or Peebo Bryson, Luther Vandross, Freddie Jackson, the Commodores, man, Zapp and Roger, Shirley Murdoch, Guy." Like this is my playlist.
Bobby Womack.
But
Wow. Let's go.
man, let me
You,
tell you.
you
Let me
old
tell
soul.
you.
You
Oh,
old
for
soul.
sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
You stamp. You stamp. I like that. So me as well. I was been an old soul. For the people that know me, they know that like growing up, that's all I listened to was old school with my dad. My
Mhm.
mom was on the church side, my dad was on the old school side, so I knew all of the old school. I'm same thing like you. I'm probably 7, 8 years old, knowing songs that I should not be knowing.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of those songs did birth us maturely.
For
You know what I'm
sure.
saying? Like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
matured us a lot faster than
Yeah.
normal
Yep.
because and I think right now I'm noticing, and I've been noticing a little bit is that when we the songs that we would listen to when we were younger, now that we can recite the lyrics and understand the lyrics now, before we were just reciting them and we
Yeah.
were just saying them, and then
Mhm.
hey, look, if you get slapped in the mouth, you get slapped in the mouth, but you didn't know what you
Right.
got slapped in the mouth for.
Right.
You just said the lyrics because it was out
That's what
there.
you knew. Yeah,
That's
that's
what
what
you
you
knew.
heard.
So I used to think, okay, I'm hearing it, we good or whatever. But now I can recite the lyrics, but then also understand it. And I'm like, all right,
Mhm.
when I was 11, 10 years old, I was saying
Mhm.
these songs and saying these
Mhm.
lyrics. That's how I got the girlfriend I got when I was, you know what I'm saying? I'm just,
You was smooth. You was spitting game from the Oh, I see you. Okay.
that,
Okay.
feel me? That's why I was, that's why I'm called the groove man. You know what I'm saying? I
Ah,
had the groove,
smooth.
smooth,
Okay.
smooth operator. You know what I'm saying? So let me so going to you far as okay as to 11, well you said 0 to 7,
Yeah.
and okay, so obviously do you know at least one song that you were listening to throughout that moment right there? Like do you know at least one song that you were listening to that you was through
Mm.
that whole transition phase? Like what would you do? You know one song? If not,
At
that's totally
that
fine. That's totally
age?
fine. A lot of us, we won't remember though, especially around from 0 to 7. 7 years old, you introducing your brain is being introduced to some stuff, but you know what I mean.
If I had to really think about it going back, it probably Anita Baker, something I shouldn't even have known, but giving you the best that I got.
Mm.
Who I'm giving who the best that I got at that age.
Yeah. Who?
Who
Right.
I'm talking to.
Right.
What I'm giving. What I
Right.
even know about it. Yeah, nah,
Yeah.
nah. But
Right.
she would play that and all through the house, giving you the best that I got. Okay. All right, Anita. I
It's
would
that
say,
flow. It's the flow. It's
yeah,
the flow.
it's
It's the
just
flow. Yeah.
it feels good.
It feels good for sure. For sure.
Mhm.
For
Mhm.
sure. Yeah. Ain't there something I can give you in exchange for everything you give to me? Read my mind and make me feel just fine. When
Mm.
I think my peace of mind is out of reach, the scales are sometimes unbalanced, and you bear the weight of all that has to be. I hope you see that you can lean on me, and together we can calm a stormy sea. You probably didn't know that. Obviously, you didn't know that then. But if you break that down, you kind of was going through that. You
Yeah,
was going through a
yeah.
storm.
Yeah.
0 to 7, that was a storm that you was going through. Seeing what you were seeing from the inner city and seeing
It
that from
was
your
my normal.
that was your normal.
That was my normal.
Mm,
Um, Survival was my normal. I didn't know that. When my mom decided to move us away from that, I was highly upset. I didn't want to go. I was like, no, that's what I knew. That was home.
wait, you didn't want to leave. So you had friends and stuff like that as well. You had a lot of friends,
Yep.
and then but she wanted to get you out of that,
Mhm.
and you was like,
Mhm.
nah, like
Yeah, I
keep.
was like, nah, I don't want to do that. What's going on? Like, I
You
I
you didn't want to leave the friends,
I don't
obviously.
wanna leave the friends, I didn't wanna leave my neighborhood, so you gotta think, so where we
Yeah,
lived, on the South Side of Chicago, we lived in what they call the Wild Hundreds, um, the hood. So we were in the row houses, and so, like, we lived here, and on the opposite end of the row was, like, my aunt and uncle, and then on the back are my cousins, and then over here, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it was the times where I could go outside and at 5 and 6 years old and go way down where I ain't had no business going, but everybody knows everybody. Everybody knew who my granny was. And so I don't know. Obviously, it wasn't safe because there were drive-bys like every other
yeah,
night and all types of stuff going on. My cousin got shot in the head in the back of our house and killed. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that was what I knew.
yeah.
That's was my home. My friends are here. This is my life. You finna move us to where? And so then you got to think about
That
it
was
like
that
this.
was your, that was your soundtrack of life
That
at that moment.
yeah,
Yeah,
and I don't wanna leave this, and then, you gotta think about it like this, it was my mom, myself, and my grandmother, but again, my mom was young, so she was either gone to school or working, I was with my grandmother. So now moving away means it's just me and my mom. We we don't know each other like that,
mm.
on that level, so there's friction, so I'm really like, I don't wanna leave my grandmother, I don't wanna leave my neighborhood. This is like you said, this is my soundtrack.
Cause I
This is
noticed
my
that.
comfort.
I noticed that you never mentioned your parents at that point. You the first thing
No.
you mentioned was your grandma.
Yeah,
So I did notice that. So
yeah.
going in, so knowing that your soundtrack was like your playlist was about to be audited,
Yep.
and your mom was like, all right, let's get you out of this.
Yeah.
Was this going into your teenage years?
Yeah, so man, when we moved, it's this is very, very interesting because I didn't look at it from this perspective. My soundtrack changed. The music choice changed. You know how a lot of times we have a tendency to listen to the type of music based off of the mood that we're in at that time?
Yes, 100%.
And now that I'm thinking about it, there was a lot of heartbreak music that I started listening to continuously throughout high school, through my 20s, like, wow. And it's, when you're going through heartbreak or when you're sad or hurt or whatever, you put on those songs. So I was listening to Mary J. Blige. I'm going down. You know, later teen years, I'm belting Keisha Cole and whoever, like scream my little heart out. But I'm thinking like that was my feel good music because I felt like they understood. I didn't have anybody else, but they understood what I was feeling and what I was going through. So let me turn up this song and sing it to the top of my lungs because they get it. And that brought me comfort, not realizing,
Understand.
yeah, yeah, you know what I
Understand.
mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cause you go through a lot. And like I'm saying this now because I'm like, okay, when you are going through a breakup or you're going through something like that,
Hmm.
you shouldn't listen to sad songs all the time.
Exactly.
Cause
Exactly.
this the awareness side of me.
Yep.
But
Yep.
I'm just like you. When I was a teenager, I was listening to all types of breakup music because, like you said,
Hmm.
it felt good. It felt comfortable. Like
Yep.
the melody of the song, like the bass in it, the all of that, the strings and everything of the song,
Hmm.
it soothes you, it calms you down, it puts you in this bubble, it makes you grab the blanket when you don't feel like you don't
Right.
want to do nothing. It makes you
Yeah.
just want to sit in the moment. It makes you
Yep.
want to. And as a
Yeah.
teenager, you in high school and stuff like that, it puts you in that space. So
Hmm.
now at this time you moved your mom or your mom
Yep.
moved you.
Yep.
So now your playlist changed.
Mhm.
Now, what did that do for you as your playlist changed? Did you did that genre of music, did it make you a stronger lady at the time? Did it make you
Nah.
bitter? Did it make you depressed? Like, what did that do in that time?
Entered anxiety and depression and overthinking, and no, it didn't make me stronger. I don't know that I wanna say it made me weaker, but during that time, those are all of the emotions that I was going through and that I was feeling, and that was the music and the environment that I was putting myself in, not realizing, you know what I mean? Because you have to, when you know better, you do better, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to your point, if you're going through a storm, you probably shouldn't listen to the type of music that's going to keep you in that storm, right?
Right.
So that's exactly what I was doing, though. That was the music I was listening to. And then, so it's twofold. So I'm over here, I'm heartbroken, and I'm listening to all this depressing music, but then enters like Tupac. And I'm over here thinking I'm a thug. So I'm a soft thug at this time.
Yeah,
Like I'm
thug
bumping,
life.
right? It's thug life. I'm like, wait, da da da. So on the outside, you know, every guy that I've ever met was like, "Man, you like this super hard thug, like you like one of the dudes." But on the inside, you like a little marshmallow because you're super sensitive. So like you can dish. I had a smart mouth. I had a little attitude problem. You couldn't tell me nothing. I'm da 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 da. Da. But you could say one wrong thing to me, and I'm like,
Uh,
so I had a very interesting soundtrack at that time. It was both. It was the hood rap, and then it was the heartbreak combined. But if you think about it, like I said, I listened to a lot of Mary J. Blige. That My
yeah.
Life album,
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
Mary at the
Oh.
time,
Oh.
she was a female that was heartbroken, but her exterior gave hard.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that was me.
Yeah. Like she was notorious when it came down to like being that queen that'll
Yeah.
push through a heartbreak.
Yep.
And she gave you the blueprint on how to overcome heartbreak and
Mhm.
also how to embrace it. Like how to
Yeah.
embrace the heartbreak. She gave you the rules on how to talk to the men. You know
Yep.
what I mean? And she gave you all of that. So and that's so crazy. People don't understand, or people are starting to realize now. And I think because me and you are here, which is great, that we're teaching the youth that are underwear that
Uh-huh.
music is what shapes us as well. Not
For
just
sure.
not just what our parents tell us, not just what we see from each other at school. Music is also a thing that helps us get through life as well. Like because like you said, like Mary J. Blige was somebody that would look like they were strong. Tupac looked like somebody that was a
Yep.
thug
Yep.
that
Yep.
made you even think as a woman
Yeah.
that you had it. You get what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like I think now what we think is like okay in our soundtracks and what we think about our life and we know as we look into our playlists and we think about a lot of the songs that we listen to, we like yo, it ain't that bad. It ain't that bad. You think about, oh, it wasn't that bad, or it wasn't this, and wasn't that. Like that was a product of my environment, which is
Right.
true.
Yeah.
What we listened to was a product of our environment,
Yep.
right? But it also shaped who we are today, literally.
Music is, you got to look at it like this. Music is food,
Yeah.
and you have to be so intentional about what you're feeding yourself.
Hmm.
And so, not to jump ahead, but to jump ahead a little bit,
Yeah. Let's go.
or a lot of it. I
Yeah.
want to say about 2 or 3 years ago, I completely started only listening to gospel every single day. Now, I would say I'm at a place now, present day, where maybe 1% of the time you might catch me listening to my old school playlist or my 90s R&B or something like that. It's still in me, of course. So every now and again you might catch me, but 99% of the time it's my gospel playlist. My oldest son, he's 15. He I picked him up from school one day. He got in the car. He said, "So we just gonna spam past the mic all day, ma?" I say, "Absolutely." And is. Um, but the reason that happened is because I started getting closer to God. I wanted to grow my relationship with God, and I realized that what you speak has so much power, and people think that that's so cliche. No, it's very real.
Hold on.
There's
Hold on. Say that again, please.
what you
For the ones in the back. For the ones that
Yeah,
haven't.
y'all got to hear me back there. Y'all got to hear me back there.
Talk to the
Listen,
people
you
back there,
have to
man.
be so intentional about your words and what you speak. When they say that there's power in the tongue, it's so real. It talks about it in the Bible. So what you put out in the atmosphere, what you put out in the world, it's going to come back. So I'm up here singing, or I started listening to certain, I ain't going to put no artist on blast. But I said, what she say? I said, well, I don't want that to happen to me. I'm not, okay, so let me not say that. And then
No,
I
no,
came
no.
up,
Wait, no. When was that? When was that? Was because we got to get to that conflicted moment because obviously you
okay,
conflicted in some points
for sure.
and you felt it and you was like, yeah, nah, this ain't right. Something don't feel good. It don't feel good no more.
Yes.
The song don't hit the same no more. Like
Yep.
you heard that song for the last time and you was like you just said that. Like you heard it for the last time. You was like, nah, something ain't right. When was that? When did that
This was
happen?
literally like 3 years ago
So
that
you,
took place.
I know you said 2 or 3 years ago, but so you was outside 3 years ago.
No, I was tussling. I was tussling.
The conflicting moment.
Yes,
You was
but
convicted to a lot of things. Okay.
I stopped. I accepted 3 years ago. I accepted it and was like, okay, I'm not gonna fight anymore. Before that, it was the tussle. Like, no, well, I'm gonna still listen to. I'm gonna still
Yeah.
turn. You know what I'm saying? It started with me stopping listening to the radio. So that was even longer ago. That I stopped listening to the radio about 5 or 6 years ago.
There we go. I knew it. I'm like, it had to been something stemmed. Do you remember when? Let's go back to that. When you
Okay.
stopped listening to the radio, what happened and where were you? What happened that made you get to that point? Like, did you have that other moment where you was like, all right, the radio don't sound the same no more, or you like, what was it?
I said all of that. I said, okay, first of all, who are these people? What are they saying? I don't understand. What are we talking about? It's making me feel like I'm hurting my brain cells because I'm trying to understand and what they talk. I don't want to do that. I was like, it's just not me. So let me turn this off. And so I did. And then I started listening to playlists and just, Apple Music and stuff like that. The artists that I did enjoy and I did like. So that was cool. I had my R&B playlist, my old school playlist, and that was fine.
Yeah.
And then I honestly don't know the specific point. I'm literally thinking about it right now, but there was a time where I found myself slowly listening, like incorporating gospel music. And then my playlist started getting bigger and bigger. And then I found myself daily getting in the car, turning on my gospel playlist. And then, again, as you start to grow in your walk with Christ, he's going to start revealing. Well, I take that back. He's always revealing stuff to us. It's just a matter of if we pay attention or not.
There
So
we
I
go.
started paying more attention to what
Yeah.
he was telling me and what he was showing me. And I'm like, yeah, what she's singing about, I don't agree with. And I came across a video one day. Fantasia, she was doing an interview. And so that song she has, Free Yourself.
Yeah.
Love it down. Sing it with my
If
whole
you don't
chest.
love me, then don't talk
Yes,
to me.
yes, yes.
Woo!
Sing it with your whole chest. It's
Yeah.
amazing. And she said she stopped performing that song. And she said the reason she stopped performing it is because she wants to keep her husband. And she said I had to tell the ladies, well, if you want a good man and you want to sustain your relationship, stop singing them lyrics. But if you want him to go on about his business, continue to sing Free
Go ahead and
Yourself.
free yourself.
And I said, wait a minute. It like hit me like a ton of bricks. I said, she's absolutely right. You have to pay attention to the things that you are feeding yourself because
Yeah.
subconsciously you'll start acting those things out. You'll start inviting those same type of things into your life. And so I
Okay.
had to
So
stop.
that's to me. That sounds great. To the people that's with us, that sounds great. But to the people, the person that's in that space, and they like, but Dominique, like, you don't understand. Like, this is my surroundings. This is where I'm at. This is all I know. So this is all I hear.
That's a
Like
crutch.
what am I to do? Like I
So
walk
so
outside. This is what I listen to. What am I supposed to do?
it's up to you and only you. And this is where Big Sis comes into play, and I got to give you some tough love,
Yeah.
right? That may be your surrounding, that may be your environment, but you have to be strong enough. You have to dig deep in yourself and pull out whatever is in there that's keeping you going and say, I want more. I want better for me. This can't be it. So then you have to find the strength to not care about those people that are around you. It's none of their business anyway. If you go into a quiet room in your house and you want to listen to John P. Key all day, go do your thing. Like it ain't nobody's business.
But if I'm listening to John P. Key all day and I'm listening to gospel, if I'm listening to it myself, yes. But if I bring it outside, I'm gonna feel corny. I'm gonna feel like like I got my headphones on and someone like, hey, what you listening to? Because I can hear it in my headphones, but outside people hearing it like, yo, what you listening to? And then I give it to them, and it sounds so corny. Now I'm the corny kid on the block. I'm the corny kid in the school. Like, what does that mean for me? Like, I don't want to be that corny kid. I don't want to walk around looking trash because of the songs that I'm listening to. What like
And
help me
that's
with that?
valid. And that's valid, right? Um, I say you have to start with you, and you have to move at your pace and in your comfort. So if that means starting with keeping that personal, keeping that sacred until you get to a place where you feel confident in who you are. And again, it's nobody's business. So even if somebody said who you listen to, you absolutely could say none of your business. You have the right to say that.
Sure do.
But I say for me, because I was there.
Yeah.
For me, it was a me first. It was a this is my time, this is my space. I would go in my closet. I created a war room in my closet. And I was like, ooh, if somebody walks in here and see my post and ooh, yeah, that was real. But I gotta do this for me. It's not their business. So it has to start with you. You
Mm.
can't use the excuse of your environment forever.
Mm.
So you that
Uh,
it becomes an excuse. It becomes a crutch. You gotta want better. When you want better, you start to do better.
you can't use the environment as excuse forever. You can't do that.
You can't.
You
You
can't.
can't.
Um, Now let's get a little deeper and help this person out, right? That's
Mhm.
going through this transition. So we're gonna talk a little bit more about the conviction phase,
Mm.
because a lot of people don't know. Like I remember with me, like when it stemmed from me when I was a kid growing up. I was listening again, being from New York City, so I was listening to everything. And then growing up, going into high school and stuff like that, there was songs that I was listening to, but I was always into gospel as well. So
Mhm.
I will always find myself still listening to gospel music, but I was also outside. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So I had the same thing as well, and it's so cool to understand and know. The more that I talk to different people like yourself, the more I'm realizing I'm not the only one that went through this conviction phase. I'm not the
Not
only
at
one that
all.
went through this confliction phase. Like me DJing, everybody expected me to listen and play all the songs that's in
Everything.
the world,
Yep.
right? And people don't understand, and I'm telling people now, that's why I kind of really don't call myself a DJ like that. You get what I'm saying? Because well, if I'm calling myself a DJ, I'm giving it a different light. You get what I'm
Correct.
saying? Because
Correct.
there's 8 to 10 different types of DJs.
Yeah.
There's a bedroom DJ, there's a wedding DJ, there's a club DJ, there's a rave DJ. There's a whole bunch of types of DJs, right? So I'm giving the ministry side of DJing, right? There's a different category to it. So
Yeah.
like I'm letting people know, yes, I was once conflicted as well when I always played clean music. I never went into like playing cursing or nothing like that at parties. I didn't do that. That was
Yeah.
my first confliction moment. But then I started to get invited to different places, and then when I stopped listening to hip hop and rap as well. And I did that for 3 years straight. And I whatever was happening even to today. Like you said, you got that 1%. I don't know the newest hip hop or rap song
Oh, I
today.
couldn't tell you
I
either.
don't know what's going on. Like, but I keep myself listening. So now the results of doing that, I have my daughters. They are listening to Christian music now, right? They got a whole Christian playlist and you know and stuff like that. So they watching what we do.
Oh, sponges.
They are a total sponge. They watch everything that we do. So let's get deeper into the conflicting moment. Like, did you have to fully surrender? Did you fully surrender to God, or did you
Not at
just
all.
did it cold turkey you? Like, was it cold turkey
Mm-mm.
moment? What was that?
No, not at all. It was a tussle still because the people that were in my life, they
Mm-hmm.
weren't trying to listen to gospel. They trying to turn up and get lit and, they want to do that. And so they're looking at me like, girl, you and I would shrink and I didn't feel so I found myself when they would get in my car, I would turn that type of music on for them. Although when nobody's in my car, I'm just listening to this. I mean, even so much so, and this is just me at the time being in my own head,
Yeah,
when my oldest son, my youngest son, is a little bit different. He not that my oldest isn't, but he's open to all that stuff.
yeah, yeah.
My oldest, he'll get in the car like, and so I would just not have nothing play. Like, I didn't want to be judged
That's it.
by
That press all the buttons. That's the word.
I
That's the
didn't want
word.
to be judged. And you
That's
got
the
to look
word.
at it like this.
Mm-hmm.
We all have a story, we all have a past, we all have a background. So
Mm-hmm.
now I'm thinking, who am I to be out here talking about the good Lord and listening to gospel music? They're going to say, who is you? Because when you just out here bumping I don't Cardi B, like now you over here all about God, like girl, goodbye. So all of those things are playing in my mind, like they're going to judge me, they're going to talk about me, they're going to say that I'm phony or fake or like whatever. Um, so
Mm.
no, it was never just like a not never, but at that time it was not just, okay, Lord, take me, here I am. And maybe there were moments where I did that and then was slide right back on into my comfort and what I knew. But I never completely left what I was building with God. I never left it. So it was little by little by little. And then I started getting to a place of I was not caring about what other people thought, about their opinions. I knew that this is what I needed to do for me.
Cool.
And so the transition began to get more and more. And so then what I started seeing, the deeper I got into my relationship with God, is going back to sponges and our kids and our family. I would see my husband. Now he's opening the Bible. I'm like, okay, okay, praise God. I walked into my son's room a couple months ago. And I try not to go in there too much because she's teenage boys. I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on. I'm like, I don't know. But I
Yeah.
went in there and he has a mirror on the back of his closet door. And he had a bunch of sticky notes. There were affirmations and Bible verses.
Mm.
And it broke me. I started crying because as a mom of a black boy, a
Mm.
black teenage boy, who's so resilient and he has the mindset. I tell him all the time, I wish there are certain characteristics of yours that I wish I had at your age. He don't care what nobody got to say about him. He's like, and yeah,
Love
I
it.
got I got Psalms on my wall. I was like, and I'm looking at the Bible verses on his wall, and I was just like, and I just start crying. He's like, I don't care about what nobody got to say. Like, this is my mindset. I'm locked in. I'm focused. He plays basketball. So he's on a mission. He's like, I'm going to the league and I got to be locked in what God said. And I'm like, God, whoo, he's been watching me
The whole time.
the whole I didn't have to say anything directly to him. I didn't say anything directly to him because what I do also understand is what I understand now that I didn't before. When I started this journey, I thought that my husband was supposed to be on it with me right there. And then God said, let me stop you. Your journey is for you, not for him. Let him have his time on his time, and let that be. So I did. And when I did, I started noticing things and changes and questions. He would ask me certain things about God or ask me different things about faith, or I would hear him speaking it. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. Then my youngest son is 10. He's coming up to me asking me different things about the Bible, about church. Or when continue to play that gospel music in my truck, and my 10-year-old got in there and said, hey, Ma, can you put on that one song that you always play? I said, what song, son? He said, the one. I don't know. They're always talking about big. I said, oh, you mean Pastor Mike? He said, yeah, I like that song. I said, you do? He said, yeah. I said, well, let me crank that on up then, son. Let's go. But it's just me being dedicated and obedient to what God is telling me to do, and not focusing on anything and anybody else. Now, granted, I'll say little things. Did you make sure you pray before you go? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
But just staying focused on who I am and what he's calling me to do has now radiated out to the people around me, the people in my house. And now I'm noticing that people outside of my house have seen the change in me, and now they want to establish a relationship with God. Now they want to strengthen their relationship with God because they see what he's doing in me. And I'm like, that's why you're a vessel. That's why you're a servant. That's why you can't let outside noise. Ooh, Smokey Norfolk has a song, and in one of the songs he says, God, quiet out the
Quiet
noise,
the
drown
noise.
out the noise. Like, I need to hear your voice, is what he says. And when you lock in, I mean, really lock in like that, it changes everything. Everything. Going back to music, one song that I play all of the time. What and let me back up even further. I said we play music based off of our mood.
Yep.
I don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
I play the music that I know I need to play regardless of my mood.
There you go.
So there's a song by Marvin Sapp called I Win.
Yes.
Whoo! And in the song, he says, I had to encourage me, and I had to find the strength to believe that I'm an overcomer, that I will win. I've played that song on the way to the doctor's office, anticipating biopsy results. I've played that song on the way to my son's championship game. I've played that song on the way to get some breakfast, just like, what up? I've played that song when I had no words to give myself or to give God, but I knew I had to praise because praise will confuse the enemy. And that's what he told me. I'm in my truck like, I don't have anything to give right now. The last thing I want to do is listen to some music. But he said, remember, praise will confuse the enemy. You praise when you ain't got nothing. You praise when you got everything. You always give praise. So I turn my playlist on and I find myself just in the car near tears, just like singing my little heart out. And after a while, I start to, you got to believe. If you can't do anything else, you have to believe. He literally says in the Bible, have faith the size of a mustard seed. So I went to the store and I bought a bunch of mustard seeds.
Yo, you bought some
I
seeds?
bought a bunch of mustard seeds. And so now whenever I say a prayer, or if I say a prayer, I put one in my hand while I'm praying. If I write it down in my journal, I tape it to that entry because it's a reminder. And sometimes when I feel myself getting like a little, I don't know, I look at, he said the size of a mustard seed, and
Shout
I
out,
will
shout
do
out
the
to my
rest.
shout out to my brother Brad B, man. He gave me a small thing of mustard seeds, and yeah,
Really?
he gave it to me like a couple months ago. He gave it to me,
Wow.
small thing of mustard seeds, and man, it's like I hearing that part, and thank you for sharing. It's like,
Yeah.
yo, you went from going through a soundtrack of life as a
Yeah.
kid, then you went from your mom was ordered that soundtrack, that ordered that
Mhm.
playlist, and put
Mhm.
you in somewhere that
Mhm.
it altered your playlist.
Yep.
then you went from that to where your playlist, you was like, all right, look, I really need to make some changes. Like,
Yes.
I really like the dance floor I was dancing on ain't the
Mhm.
same.
It ain't the same.
Something ain't right. And what you did was now you're into the stage of you're creating your own dance floor.
You have to.
You create you're making it to where everybody is starting to see. I'm in that phase as well. I would say my youngest, Dana. Shout out to our youngest Dana, man. She's my oldest Destiny. She's same thing. She loves old school. She loves old
Yep.
school R and
Right.
B,
Right. Right.
right? But she's not into Christian music every day. She's
Yeah.
into it, but she's not into it every day. She like, look, dad, like, come on now, like, you go.
That's my oldest. Right.
I listen to it when we in the car. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I get it. But in my headphones, I'm gonna listen to some old school. I'm gonna listen to some '90s R&B,
Right. Yep.
X, Y, and
That.
Z.
Yes.
My youngest Dana, different story. Dana,
Mhm.
she's like, nah, like she got her own Christian playlist. She's sending me her playlist. She's all into it. She's all
I
hands
love
on
it.
deck, right? And it was a lot of times where I was questioning it. I was
Mm.
like, God, am I doing the right thing? Am I
Yeah.
doing it? Am I doing the right thing as a DJ? Am I doing the right thing as a father? Am I do? So that's when I started to notice the same thing. Like, nah, they watching everything that you do.
Everything
When you think that they not watching, they watching.
they
You know what I
watching.
mean? Like today, I was at her cheerleading. She was cheerleading football, and she made my heart so happy. Um, I was I said, baby, I gotta run. I gotta leave early. I gotta run and do a podcast. She said, "Oh yeah, the videos that you put on YouTube." And I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Wait, you watch those?" She said, "Dad, I watch them all the time." And she said, "Dad, one thing that I want to tell you is the views they're gonna come." When I tell you,
I would have been balling.
my allergies started kicking in so
I would have been
fast.
balling.
My allergies kicked in so fast. She said,
Wow.
"Dad, the views is coming. Don't worry about it." But she's cheering. Like she
Yeah.
came over just to say hi to me for a little bit, got some water, and then she was just like, and I said, "Yeah, I gotta go." She kept asking me where, but I didn't want to tell her where. I'm like, "You focus on your cheering."
Yeah.
So when I finally told her, I was like, "Yeah, I got a podcast to do," and she said, "Yeah, that podcast. You said what you doing on YouTube and stuff." I said, "You watching it?" She was like, "Yeah." She said, "Just know when it comes down to like the views is gonna come." And
So
I
you
was,
know what happened with that, right? Not to
yeah,
cut you off.
no, go ahead.
You said earlier how you really didn't feel like listening to music for a little bit
Yeah.
and you just now getting back into it. So I noticed God knows his children, right? He knows what we need, when we need, and how we need it. I'm one of his kids that's like, I need to be affirmed. Like I need it, I need it, I need it all the time. Affirm me, Lord, please, and thank you. And
Yeah.
so what happened there was he used your daughter as the vessel. He spoke through her to get that message to you because you needed to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
And I found myself in spaces too. Like I got a YouTube and all the things. And he said, "Are you doing it for who? Are you doing it for them or for me? Because I see everything, and all it takes is for me to do one thing that could change your entire life."
Mm.
So you putting out these videos on YouTube or whatever, you also understand that if you could change one person's life. You
Mm-hmm.
never know who's watching, but it
Right.
could be one person that sees one video that you posted that keeps them from jumping off the ledge.
100%.
And I had to change my entire perspective. Like, I'm not looking at no numbers anymore because it's not about that. I'm on assignment. And if you stay obedient to your assignment, God will do the rest.
Yeah, and then went through that with music. Music, how music was like when I was playing music at these conferences, and people would come up to me. These, 3 to 5% of people would come to me like, "I didn't know you can play these songs at these
Yeah.
events." And you're like, "Well,
Hmm.
that song that you played, that very song that I had to listen to before, I thought I was going to take myself." You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
before I made that decision, I had to listen to that song. So for you to play at this conference out of all places,
It's
it
like
was like,
validation.
you feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
So before we get to the next stage of this, let's talk about when you said that when it comes down to come down to music, and you listen to music and you change your perspective on music, and now you just don't care.
Yeah.
You didn't care anymore.
Mm-mm.
But there's a point in time now that we're older.
Yeah.
The enemy is also
For
knowing
oh,
that
for sure.
we are aware now. We are aware
Mhm.
of what we listen to. We are aware of what we say. We are aware
Mhm.
of the words that's coming out the headphones, out of the speakers. Let's talk about the time where we couldn't listen to music anymore. We couldn't hear music anymore. We didn't want to listen to music
Didn't
anymore
want to listen to it.
because if people don't understand, like, music, yes, it comes with a beat and a melody. Like, in my shirt it says the beat makes you move, but the lyrics makes you groove. The
Mhm.
lyrics is the part that really gets you, and we know
Yeah.
the lyrics. If you take the beat out, it's acapella. It's just
Mhm.
words. So when Coach Dominique was like, "Yo, the words that you speak is what's important," so we know, okay, we're not gonna listen to music anymore, or we can't listen to music anymore, or we decide not to listen to music anymore is because of the words that's being said. That's the enemy is trying to block us from getting, which is the messages. Like we say different ways of music and how that attracts us in different ways. So we decide, no, we're not gonna listen to sad music that's gonna get us or keep us
Mhm.
down. We're gonna find music that's gonna keep us up. But the enemy
Yeah.
also knows that too.
For sure.
Enemy knows, okay, Dwight, all he listened to is up tempo music. I'm gonna try to take him out from even just listening to music in general. So talk to the people as a life coach, as a business coach and business consultant, life consultant. Let's forget the business side. Let's
Yeah.
talk about as a life coach. When a person like me, and speak to me
Mhm.
and speak to the people that's here, that goes through that stage, right? That don't want to listen or can't listen to music at this moment. What is some of the things that you had to do to get yourself to start listening to music again?
So you're human, right?
Yep.
And every single moment of every single day is a fight with the flesh. You have to decide if you're going to show up or not. Now, because we're human and because we're constantly fighting our flesh, it's totally understandable if you need to have a moment. And so this is where I say I give tough love too. I'm a coach that's not going to coddle you. I'm going to hold your hand through it, but I'm going to tell you how it is. So I'm going to let you have your moment, but you can't live there. So sit in your feelings. I need you to feel them.
Mm-hmm.
That's important.
Mm-hmm.
But now we got to come up out of them.
Mm-hmm.
So have your moment, process what you need to process, feel what you need to feel. But then you got to come up out of it because what's happening if you decide to let those feelings and those thoughts move in rent free, now you're giving the enemy praise because you're
Mm.
doing exactly what he wants you to do.
Mm. Mm.
So feel them for
Mm.
that moment.
Mm-hmm.
But now I need you to come up out of that because God waiting on you. He's our father. He's literally our parent. Like, okay, like a teen that's throwing a little tantrum. Okay, I'm gonna let you have this moment. Go ahead, cool off. I'm gonna let you have it. I'm gonna be right here when you're ready. But I'm not gonna let you stay there too much longer. Okay, so then I tell myself, okay, I have to fight. I have to push through. Because what happens? What's the alternative if I don't? Remember, people watching, right? The most important people in our lives are watching.
Yeah.
And I remember one time my son came home. He did some, my youngest son, he did a project and it was like it was like questions on there about him, his life, the people in his life. And one of the questions was like, what's the number one thing you like the most about your mom? And he said something to the extent of she never gives up. And to read that from your baby at the time that he wrote that he was like 8 or something like that. Again, we don't think they paying no attention. And I looked at him like, huh? He's like, you always work out. You never give up. Even when you want to give up, you don't stop, mom. And I was like, wow, I can't stop. I can't. What's the alternative if I do? All the hard work that you've ever put in. And you got to think about it like this. When I say all the hard work that you put in, I mean every moment that you made a decision for yourself, every time that you said no to something negative, that was you saying yes to God. That was you saying yes to yourself. So that's hard work. because it is hard, right?
Mm-hmm.
We had that constant tussle a lot of times where we want to say, man, forget this. And you gonna have them moments. Accept that. You're human. Jesus died on the cross for that. Like he knew it was gonna happen. So have the moment, feel the feelings, and then you gotta push through.
Face the
Joy
music.
come in the morning.
Face the music.
You
Face the
got
music.
to.
Just face
You
the
got
music.
to.
Okay, so now I like that because we're talking about, and now I'm as a speaker now in my speaking bag now, right?
Okay, come
I
on.
talk about, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Come on,
You know
pat
what I'm
yourself.
saying?
Listen, that's the other thing. We gotta give ourselves props. You gotta know who you are and whose you are, and don't ever forget it. So let's go, speaker.
That's a fact. As a speaker now, we talk about music, which is the song of your life. Like what is
Yeah.
when you listen to music and you listen to songs, what is that and who is that? So I label now as a DJ, I label people as songs, right? So who are you to me? Like what type of genre are you to me? Are
Mm.
you a sad song? Are you a hype
Mm.
man?
Oh, that's good.
Like who are you to me? Like that's this is one thing I had to learn to face the music. So
Yeah.
now, like I told you off camera, was like, yo, I was so excited to tell my wife today that I'm listening to music again. For 9 months, I haven't. I'm telling
Wow.
you, I haven't
Yeah.
listened to music, like new music. I haven't listened to
Yeah.
new music in like 9 months because I went through so much this year that I didn't listen to no music. So
Yeah.
how you go from a person that have a book talking about music and how all the music that God helped you through to now you just don't listen to music at all. So
Mhm.
that gave me two different ways of learning and understanding what that is. Music also it helps you, but also not listening to music is also music as well.
Mhm. Come on.
That's also a form of music as well. You're not listening to the noise. You're not
Yep.
hearing
Yep.
because unknown music that you don't like or you don't listen to, that could be a distraction as well.
For sure.
So it took me to not listen to music in order to embrace my feelings more. Because if we don't want to embrace our feelings more, or we don't want to embrace our feelings at all,
Mhm.
we go to music.
Yeah.
We just
Yeah.
we just press play on our headphones, and we just go to what's next on our
What we
playlist.
know. Yeah.
We just go we just go with what we know.
Yep.
But when you don't go with what you know and you sit in the moment and you sit in what you go to, because normally I would get used to, like, my our oldest, she'd be like, I would just want to listen to music all day. That's all she want to do, listen to music all day. So I would tell her, like, nah, sometimes take the headphones off and just
Just be
relax,
still.
just be still, because I start to see some of the anxieties creep up. I start to see some of the
Yep.
things that creep up, and I'm like, a lot of it can stem what you listen to. You
Oh,
understand?
100%.
So I like how you even mentioned that on the life perspective. Like, let's just face the music. Let's just
You
face it.
got to.
Let's just
Yeah.
face the music, whether it's on or it's off. Let's just face the music. So, what's one song for you? What is that one song? I know you said Marvin Sapp,
Yep.
right?
Mhm.
But what is that go-to song for you? Now let's go into your speaking bag, and before you get on stage and before you get into that point, what is your go-to song before you get on stage?
I have 2.
Cause I ain't gonna
Uh
lie, I ain't gonna lie. We got the audience crying. They probably crying. They probably just like they probably going through it right now. So let's switch it up and let's talk about the speaking and what's that thing for you? What's up?
I got 2.
Okay.
I gotta go to Pastor Mike. Ah, man, that's just my dog right there.
PMJ, PMJ.
PMJ. I got to see real quick. I got to see him live like 2 weeks ago, and my husband was recording me. I'm jumping,
I
screaming,
saw you
shouting,
posted, right?
crying.
I saw it. You was lit.
And believe it or not, that particular day was such a hard day for me because right before I had got some news that my dad was in a hospital, and
Mm.
I didn't want to go, but God was like, I need you in this space. You need this energy right now. So I got to see him, but PMJ, don't play with him. Put some respect on his name.
Yeah, that's a fact.
He has a song called "Winning," And so before I hit any
I'm gonna
stage,
win.
I'm gonna
You
win.
gonna win.
Yes, everything
Everybody
around.
around me with it.
Yes.
Ooh, that's a joint.
And it's big for me because I truly feel that, and that's something that I spoke over my circle too. And so I would play that. And so when I get a phone call like, "Hey, D, this is what's going on." I'm like, "Hey, you going? Hey, if God he in the neighborhood, if you winning, so that means I'm up next. Like
Yeah,
it's time
sir.
to get lit. It's time to get excited because I'm gonna win. You gonna win. Everybody around me winning. Like let's go." It motivates me. It helps me motivate the people around me, and it's just it's that song. So that's one of my go-to songs. And then his other song, Big. Um, that one helps me out a lot in this walk in entrepreneurship, and because my blessings are big, my future is big, my destiny is big. God, let the new job be big. Like it just goes so hard, and it's that reassurance and that affirming. So those two right there get me right every single time.
Oh
It's
yeah.
just I could go on. I got a couple.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, those are those your go tos for like for highs and lows, or that's more of your. I know that you.
So winning is my high song. Big has been both because in that he's talking about your blessings are big, your future gonna be big. So it's motivating me. I'm coming up out of it. I have to remind myself. The Marvin Sapp I win is everything. Good, bad, ugly. I'll turn it on. It gets me through. I was literally this morning, probably from 9 a.m. to a good 12 o'clock. I was just bumping gospel music, my whole playlist and everything. And I found myself putting that one on repeat a couple of times. I'm good today. Today's a great day.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I was out there like, yes, because I
yeah.
would like, man, that one, I've cried, I've laughed, I've cheered. That one has been my go-to for a very, very long time. Just because of the lyrics. You mentioned lyrics. The things he's saying in that song when he said, "I had to encourage me to believe that I'm an overcomer. Nobody else could do that for me. I had to dig deep and I had to encourage myself." So that one right there feeds me every single time.
And people
Every
don't
single time.
realize too when his wife
Yeah.
passed, like that was his story as well. So a lot of the songs that he made was stemmed around that and around his life and everything that he had going on. So
Mhm.
his life and somebody else's life that they're writing a song to, it birthed them to write that song, and it's gonna help us create the song that we need for ourselves, and it's encouraging us and helping us to go. All right, cool. Let's go. Put in the chat. Look, I ain't tell y'all in a long time throughout this whole thing. If y'all appreciating this and y'all liking this, man, make sure y'all put the virtual claps. Make sure y'all put W Dominique in the chat. Make sure y'all talk to her in the chat. Make sure you tell her thank you for this. I'm
Oh, for
thanking you right
sure.
now, Coach, for that. Appreciate you. I got a couple. I got a rapid fire for you. You ready for the rapid fire?
Ooh, what's going on? Let's
I
go.
got rapid fire for you. So, got a couple questions for you.
Uh-oh.
What is your favorite hymn or worship song?
um, my favorite hymn or worship song. So you want me to go back?
Let's go back.
Let's go back. I got my playlist up. Ooh,
Since you free from the other things, so we ain't gonna talk about
I'm
that.
cracking up. I'm
You know what I'm saying?
cracking
I'm just
up.
saying. I'm just saying, let's clap it up for that. She's free.
Um, one of my go-to old school, if you will, gospel songs that's on my playlist is God's Property and Kurt Franklin, More Than I Can Bear.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh,
That one
I
gets
gotta
me every
listen
time
to
too.
that today.
Oh, yo, it's on the playlist.
That's my
Yes.
joint.
Yeah. Mhm. It's
He
a good
will
one.
never
Come
put
on.
more on me than I can bear.
There it is. There it is.
When he go, bear.
Yes, yes.
Woo!
Look, I didn't like
Man,
went back and rewound that time so many. Oh my gosh. Oh
that's
my
my
gosh. He
that's
went
my
off.
oh
He
that
went
that
off.
that's the song right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Wow, you took it back. Okay.
Yeah. That one gets me good.
When in your time of church, would
Mhm.
do you enjoy again the guy like us guys, she's not in trouble, don't put her on the stand,
I'm
nothing.
cracking
No
up.
judge. We listen but we don't judge, okay? We listen
Say
but
that
we don't
again.
judge. Okay? Choir or praise team? Which one
Choir.
you prefer? Choir? Let's go. I'm with that. I'm with the choir part. Let's go. Um, do you write your speaking engagements and your keynotes with music or in silence?
Ooh. It depends. Sometimes both. So I have sometimes where I have like music playing in the background. And then sometimes I'll have it quiet. You know what? That's such an interesting question. Let me tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
My husband, he's very big on when he's working on something or doing something, it has to be silent. And I've always been like, I can't do that. I have to have like some music playing when I'm doing like everything, prepping, all of the things. And he's always like, I don't know how you do that. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. I just lock in.
Yeah.
But I can't have it just silent. I have to have something going, some
Yeah.
type of a song, some type of something going in the background. So more likely than not, I have music playing.
When I'm driving, they think I'm crazy. You know, my wife and kids think I'm crazy because I most of the drive, it's in silent. I don't have music playing.
Uh-huh.
They have their own headphones and stuff like
Right,
that. But
right, right.
with me, I don't have no music playing because that's the round. Like if I'm either flying or driving, that's when God talks to me the most.
Mm.
When I'm driving or when I'm flying. So any ideas that I need, I would just keep everything on silent, and I would just drive, and that's when some of the ideas will come when I'm doing that. All right, if your speaking style was a genre, what would it be?
If my speaking style was a genre, which genre would it be? A mix, I think. I think a mix between hip hop and R&B.
Okay. Okay.
Because
I'm about to say, can you give us why?
because I'm gonna give you that hype at some point. I'm gonna take it there, and we gonna be thugging a little bit because I gotta keep it real. But then I'm gonna bring you here too, where it's a little bit more smooth, and we gonna groove a little bit. So it's gonna be some of this going on. So it's that hip hop, and then it's that R&B, and it's the hip hop again, R&B, and then I'm gonna leave you on the hip hop tip.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
think a mixture of those two would be for me, which makes sense.
Okay. Now I need y'all to do me a favor. Follow Coach, and I'm gonna have her stuff in the description. So make sure y'all follow her so y'all can see exactly what she's talking about. If
Yes.
you seen her before, type it in and let us know that she ain't capping. You know what I'm saying? All right. If you're speaking and when you're speaking, right?
Mhm.
Do you prefer atmosphere music at when you're speaking or no?
Do I prefer
Have
apps?
you ever done that before? Have you ever done that before?
No, 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 no. Usually I prefer it. Okay. Depending on the keynote, I've had music before, I've had music after, and sometimes depending on what I'm hitting, I might have something play during, but only for a little bit.
Okay.
I don't want no distractions.
Mm.
So typically I come like I said, that's that hip hop R&B. I come out with hip hop, I'm gonna end on hip hop as far as the energy and the vibe, and I'm gonna have some music on. But during is usually just me. I need you to hear what I'm saying.
Okay. Okay. I need you hear me.
I
Me.
need you to
Hear me.
receive this.
Yes.
Receive
Hear me.
this.
Okay. What's more powerful? One verse of scripture or one verse of a song?
What's more powerful?
To you.
I,
To you.
to me, okay, I was gonna say it's gonna depend on the person. Okay,
Yeah.
to
Up to
me,
you.
what's more powerful is a scripture because that's where I am right now, and in every single thing that we need to know is literally right there. He tells us what to do. That's why I don't understand why we think we can control something when he's the author. He is in the book. He say this is what you're supposed to do. If you do this, 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 and this, then I will do this, 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 and this. If you don't, then this is what I'm gonna do. He spells it out.
Mm.
So I'm gonna go with scripture for me
Okay. Let's go. All right.
in this day.
In this day. Yes, let's do that. In this day. In this day.
In
Okay.
this day.
Um well, I think we kind of talked about this, but I think you answered that. I think you said PMJ for this one because if you who's your go-to artist when you
Yeah,
need to reset your spirit?
PNJ. But
PMJ
see,
all day.
because it's twofold with him. I watch his sermons too. I'm way behind. I need to get caught up. Usually, typically, he streams on Sundays, and then I watch or what have you. But I ended up watching it this morning, and then I turned my gospel on after that. So he gets me in both areas, and I haven't really come across. Well, Pastor Smokey Norfolk does too, but haven't really come across a pastor that just really just gets me. And I don't know if that's because of his age. It's more relatable because we kind of,
Shout
um,
out to my grandmother. Like my grandmother put me on to Smokey. Like I've been speaking.
did she?
I've been hearing Smokey Norfolk for the longest, but I
Yeah.
never knew he preached.
Oh
I-
yeah.
So she put me on to him like 2 years ago, and I didn't know he preached. And she sent me something that he was speaking to me in the moment that I was going through
Wow.
2 years ago. And I was like, first of all I know was like I Need You Now and all of those songs, and I'm like, he's preaching. I didn't even know he preached. So shout out to him. All right,
Yeah.
if heaven had a DJ, what's the first track that you want God to spin for you?
Yikes. Oh, I can't say what popped in my head. Why would that pop in my head? That's not appropriate. Oh Lord. See, that's the flesh right there. I can't say
we
that.
we we listen and we not judge. We listen and we do not judge.
That's the flesh. But I'm gonna say it because that's what came to my mind. We get to heaven and heaven got a DJ is Ninja. We made it. Oh, that's so terrible. Who is that? Drake? Is that Drake? I don't even know.
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna answer. I'm not gonna give you the answer to that. No,
I don't even know. Is that
absolutely
Drake?
not. I don't know what
That's
that
so
is.
bad. That's so bad.
That,
But we made it. We made it, right? Oh man. We listen and we don't. I don't. That was literally the first. I was like, we
yo,
made it. Okay,
just
yeah.
imagine. Just imagine.
Mm-mm.
Like I'm visualizing that right now. You walking up there and you
I'm like,
taking the
hey, can you put?
you taking
Listen,
the
God.
aux cord. You taking the aux cord in heaven and you play. Oh my gosh.
But look, God got a sense of humor. Otherwise, we wouldn't have one.
That's no. That's
So
true. That's
he
true.
probably wouldn't play it. But you know,
That's true.
that's what had came into my mind. That's
He'll kick you out the club real quick.
yeah. We're like, all right now. Okay, okay. He know his child.
Okay. Now when I said it to my last uh two or three guests, and this song, I mean, this question, I love this question so much, where I was like, man, I need to hear this from Coach. So when
Whew.
you prepare for an
Mhm.
engagement,
Yeah,
right? When you prepare for engagement, do you think of it like a playlist? When it's a building flow, your energy and
yep,
moments that just have to hit the person's heart.
for sure.
Do
Yeah.
you treat it as a playlist? Do you treat it as such? If so, how do you build that?
I do treat it like a playlist. And when we think about playlists and music, for me, it's an experience. And so it's like food, it's something that feeds you, right? It feeds your soul. And so I do think of it like a playlist. I think of it like an experience. I start with I need to get you moving. I need to get you hype. I need to get you open.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
then now that you're open and now that we have some rapport now and you got a little trust, now I need you to let me in and really speak to your heart.
Mm.
So that's where that R&B piece, that groove come in, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so now we grooving and now you getting the meat and the potatoes, you getting them lyrics. And now I gotta bring you back up. So now we gotta go back out on a hype because now it's time to celebrate everything we just that full circle, that whole playlist we just went through. Now we at the end. Now it's time to celebrate. Woosah, weight lifted up off of us. Let's go. So yeah, I that's how I think about my keynote.
Okay. Um. Now we're landing the plane.
Okay.
We're landing the plane now. Okay. Now tell, give them, give the people your music gets me through moment. Like now that you're becoming your life coach now, you're a speaker. what made you listen, or what made you even dance to this type of song? What made you dance to this type of music, of speaking, of a life coach, of a wife,
Oof.
mother? Like, what made you start to want to speak, um, and give your side of the story when it comes down to music? Because that's basically what music is. It's just
Yeah.
giving your side of the story, but you adding good melody to it. What brought you to this space?
You ever seen the movie The Temptations and he say nobody came to see you, Otis?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. That line lives rent free in my head and I had to adopt it. Like, ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. It ain't about you.
Ain't
And
about you.
I had to make that personal. It's not about me.
Mm,
We said it earlier. My yes, somebody else is dependent on my yes.
mm,
And God put us here to serve. And God put us here to give us an assignment and be a vessel. And everything that I do is so much bigger than me. It's not about me. And if I can help anybody else, even just one person in any capacity, to not go through the hardship and pain and confusion, depression, anxiety, and the things that I experience, then I absolutely want to do that. And so those things are what makes me committed to being this person that I am right now in front of you. It's not about me. Yolanda Adams. The battle is not yours. It's the Lord's. Um,
that's it.
like I just took that and was like, well, she ain't lying. Okay. But first hearing that song, you don't get it. When you really start to be intentional in listening, not just hearing, but listening, then you start to receive that information. And when she said it's not yours though. Ain't nobody coming to see you. Oh, this ain't about you. It's not about you. And so when I adopted that mentality, I said, okay, God, let's go. Then use me. And I say that before I do anything now, before I hit a stage, before I do a podcast, before I talk to anybody, I pause because I got to check in. A lot of times people pray after the fact,
Mm,
not realizing that if you started praying before,
mm.
you wouldn't be in such distress afterwards trying to get God to hurry up and work a miracle. We got to start here, right? So I check in. Hey, God, look, this ain't about me, but I do need you. He know his daughter, but I do need you right here though. I need you right here with me, like hold me, like, okay, we finna do this. I'm scared, but I know that's not you. So, okay, let's go. Let's do this. Speak through me.
Mm.
And so a lot of times,
Speak to my
like,
heart. Donnie McKirkland, speak to my heart.
come on. I say, use me, speak through me. Your words, not mine. I feel like when I'm on stage, I have an outer body experience because I don't see anybody. I don't know what's coming out of my mouth. It just happens. And then when I get off stage is when I start to take everything in. And anybody that knows me, they'll tell you, they're like, my friend, she used to say, you're such a different person. I said, what do you mean? She said, when you on stage, you're like, let's go. Like you're powerful. She said, then you come off stage and you're in the back of the room and you're like, hi. But that's me at my core. I'm very observant and I'm very to myself. And I'm just like, hey, I'm very people won't believe that. Like I'm like shy.
Yeah.
Um, but I said because that person that's on stage is on assignment and that's God.
Okay.
It's the
Yeah.
God in me.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
on now,
Yeah.
Mary.
Come
It's
on,
the
Mary.
God
Mary.
in me. And he's using me. So, man, and it feels good. It feels good. It feels good when you hear or see or read a comment from someone that says, "Man, that hit home for me.
Mm,
Thank you for saying that. Thank you for, allowing God to use you." And I'm like, I'm at a place now where I'm like, "Hey, don't thank me. It's all him. He is the CEO. I'm the president. I do what he tell me to do. This ain't none of me." When
yeah.
people say I'm self-made, no, I ain't.
Yeah.
No, I ain't. That's him.
Hmm.
I don't deserve or want any credit.
Mm,
The only thing I did was say yes.
that's it. Yes.
Yes.
Um. Yes, Lord. Yes. To your will and to your way. That's another classic right there.
That man.
That's like a beat. That's and how you explain it's like a BPM, right? For a
Hmm.
DJ, beats per minute.
Yeah.
So as a DJ, you have your highs and your lows. So like as if you want to do big with PMJ, that's like I want to say 82 BPM.
Yeah.
That's on the low side. But if you want to do like, if you want to do um like a higher range like Stomp, Kurt Franklin, that's like
Yeah.
100. That's like 100 BPM. So that's getting you going, right? So you have that where you're on the stage, you have that extroverted, like you all out,
Yep.
you got
Yep.
that
Yep.
100 BPM. But
Hmm.
then when you coming back down, you more or less like Yolanda Adams. You like a
Yep.
you on that Yolanda Adams, like So I like that, and thank you for sharing for that and letting somebody else know what that looks like and what that feels like.
Yeah.
Thank you for telling your story, and I like how now we in the same boat of we not listening to the same music that we grew up listening to.
Right.
We not deciding on that because it's bigger than us. It's more than us. Like there's
Hmm.
other people, there's other kids, there's other adults watching. You putting yourself on stage every day.
Yep.
I'm putting myself on stage every day. So when we take that off, people are still watching.
They're still
They're
watching.
still watching regardless. So
Yep.
we have to keep this song playing. We got to
Yep.
keep this music going.
That's
We got
good.
to keep the dance floor rocking. Regardless of what we go through, the dance floor still has to stay and remain open regardless.
Regardless.
Regardless. Any last words you have to say to the people, coach? Thank you again. Give the last words, and then after that, immediately after that, give them how they can find you and all that good stuff. But talk to the people real quick as the life coach, as the person that wants to just you know let them adjust their music just a little bit. How can you give them the last words?
Something that I lean on heavily is Proverbs. Lean not on your own understanding. Um, I really had to figure out what that meant, and once I started applying it to my life, it made a lot more sense. He's going to do the book tells you everything. I will bless you. Like it's crazy when you think about it. It's like he literally say everything in there. Like I will give you the desires of your heart. I will bless you. Like more than you can ever think, dream, or imagine. Like he says these things, and when I started applying it to myself, it was like, ding, lean not on your own understanding. And what I mean by that is God is a miracle worker. He can do all things, right? So when you start to go left and think that you know more or know better because of what you're used to, then you need to be able to redirect yourself back over here. Lean not on your own understanding and be anxious for nothing. He says, be anxious for nothing, but come to me with everything in prayer, petition, and thanksgiving. Listen, those two right there will do it for you every single time. Y'all got this. I got y'all. I'm rocking with y'all. If y'all need anything, drop some in
Wait,
my.
wait, wait. Part two. Hold on. Sorry, I know you gotta go. Part two.
Okay, go.
I see you in that. Your What's your Psalms 23? Because
Woo! Come
you
on,
wear. I
come
see you
on.
with that hoodie all
Let's
the
go.
time,
Let's
and I
go.
and I need a hoodie. But
Let's
what
go.
is your Psalms 23? What is that?
Listen,
Talk about it real quick. And I know you got to go, but talk
the
about that.
Lord is my shepherd; I shall not want. Oh my God, it's self-explanatory. I live it, I breathe it, I remind myself of it. I'm confident in it because you gotta be. You gotta have faith the size of a mustard seed in what he tells you. Okay, the Lord is your shepherd. You want for nothing. He got you. 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 You have to stand on that, y'all. You got to believe in that. He is greater. He is so bigger than anything. And like, y'all just have to believe, man. When I tell you, when you let go of that control, which is the hardest thing that you will ever have to do, but trust me, drop to your knees and just give it to him, and you will start to see your life change like that, literally like that. But you got to relinquish it and give yourself grace because you're human and you're fighting the flesh every second of every single day. But you just got to decide to say yes. He is your shepherd. Like it don't get no better than that. I love it here. I'm glad I said yes. I'm glad I wanted more for me. because it's so amazing when you let go and let God.
Mm. All right, coach. Talk to the people, let them know where they can find you, where you at, where you outside, what you doing, where they can find you at. Talk to them real quick.
Woo! Okay, so my website is coachdominique.com. On Instagram, it's coach_Dominique. It's Coach Dominique pretty much on all the platforms. So I have a YouTube channel as well, Coach Dominique. So check me out. Drop me a DM. Like I said, I'm here for everybody. If I can help, if I can serve, I absolutely will. If you need me to pray for you, with you, need a shoulder to cry on, I got you. So
Let's
thank
go.
you
Oh
for
yeah, of
having me. This
course.
is
Come
absolutely,
on,
we could
man.
talk all night. We could
Come
talk all
on,
night. I know we
man.
got things to do. We got families and things, but I appreciate you, bro. This platform is absolutely amazing, and your daughter hit it right on the head, man. The number's gonna come. We ain't worried about that. You
Yeah,
just
we
continue
ain't
to
worried
be
about.
obedient.
We
We ain't
ain't,
worried
we
about
ain't,
that
we ain't, we look, we ain't, that's one thing I never cared or worried about the numbers. I just worry about the hearts that it hits.
for
That's all I
sure.
care about. I care about the hearts. You know what I mean? So, thank you for your time. But look, we might have to do a part two. You know, another thing that I like to do as well is we like to do a live stream as well. So
Okay.
all the songs that you said, we gotta do like a live stream version of it so we can play it in real time.
Woo! We're
But
gonna have us in all the fields
I'm talking about all the fields, the up and the highs and the lows. But what they have to do is, which I got to do is, you have to follow me on Twitch. I got to follow my Twitch community.
Yeah,
Follow me on Twitch because that's the only platform I'll be able to play music without being shut down. You get what I'm
okay.
saying? So y'all have to do that. I'm sorry, y'all got to do it. It's absolutely free. It's just like signing up for another streaming account. Okay, so you can sign up for a Netflix account. You can sign up for all of that. You
For
can do
sure.
the same for a Twitch account, okay? So you got to do that for all the music purposes, and we're gonna dive deeper into everything that Dominique said
Let's
for
go.
music
Let's
and
go.
stuff like that. So we're gonna do that. But again, thank you for your time. Thank you for
Of
everything that you
course.
do for the community. Thank you for all the things that you do for saying yes to the right soundtrack of life versus what
That's
you was
good.
going through. Thank you for saying yes for that. And with that being said, it's your boy, the man, the smoothest DJ in the land. It is DJ D Dub here with the Music Gets Me Through podcast. The book, Music Gets Me Through, the link is in the description. Get you a copy. If not, it's all right. Just continue to watch the episodes and you'll start to learn more about the book as we go forward. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good night. Peace.